This question usually comes with tension, right? Can this actually help my marriage? Or is it just personal development? Because a lot of men are willing to work on themselves, but what they're really afraid of is this: what if I grow and nothing changes at home? So let me answer this clearly, slowly, and honestly, right? This work is personal, but it is not isolated, right? If your marriage matters to you, this work directly affects it, right? Most men don't come to this work saying, "Oh, I want to improve my marriage," right? Some do, most don't. They say things like, "I keep reacting, I shut down, we talk, but nothing changes. I feel distant even when we are together," right? What they don't realize yet is that marriage rarely breaks down because of technique, right? It breaks down because of nervous systems under pressure. Look, two people who care but don't feel safe, seen, or regulated enough to stay connected when things get hard, right? That's where this work starts. Look, you can't lead a relationship from a dysregulated body. Let's ground this for a second, okay? Most marriage issues don't begin with words. Can we agree to that? Okay. They begin in the body: tight chest, shallow breathing, jaw clenched, urgency to defend or withdraw. That's not communication failure, that's regulation failure. When your nervous system is overwhelmed, you hear criticism when there isn't any. You react before you understand, or you shut down to survive, or you escalate to regain control. This work helps you slow that down, not so you become passive, but so that you can stay present. And presence, not perfection, is what repairs marriages. Look, when you change how you show up, guess what? The relationship changes, right? Here's something men don't expect: you don't need your wife to do this work for the marriage to improve. You don't. No, you're thinking about it, but you don't. When one nervous system stabilizes, the entire dynamic shifts. When you listen without preparing a defense, pause instead of reacting, name what you feel without blame, stay instead of disappearing, guess what? Something happens. She feels safer. The tension, it drops. And the distance soften. Not because you're trying to fix her, but because you're no longer contributing to that cycle that keeps both of you stuck. Right? This is not self-improvement for ego. This is relational leadership. Listen, personal development that doesn't touch marriage, I think, is incomplete. Right? Let me be clear here for a second. If personal development only makes you calmer at work, sharper in business, more productive, more disciplined, but you are still disconnected at home, yo, something is missing, I think. This work does not separate personal growth, emotional maturity, relational impact, because I believe they are inseparable, right? Because how you treat your wife when you're tired, triggered, or overwhelmed is your personal development. And this work, guess what it does? It helps you grow in a way that your marriage can actually feel. Look, so this, yes, it can help your marriage, right? But were you asking yourself, or is it just personal development? Look, it helps your marriage because it starts with you and you're part of that dynamic, right? It's not about her. It's not about fixing her. It's not about forcing her, right? Or forcing a conversation. Not by learning script, although scripts are good, right? It starts with you. When you can build the capacity, when you can be regulating your body, when you become safer to be with, which I think sometimes is hard to understand. What does it mean to be a safer man? Right? That's the kind of personal development marriages respond to. And the work starts with you. You can't have her be the one doing the work. It starts with you. And when you are regulated, guess what happened? She feels safer. And then the dynamic shifts. Your work is you. Once that happens, not just your marriage, but also your kids, your business, all that is integrated, it's together. And once that domino that is you falls, everything else works. Right? Now, the next question I usually get is like, what if my wife isn't supportive of me doing this? As in, invest in myself for personal development and for coaching. So that's exactly what we talk about in the next video. So click the little square right here and I'll catch you in there. All right. Peace out. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Off you go.